All right. Check it out, man. It's Friday night, and I'm feeling all right, man. You know what I'm saying? When you hear them crickets, you know it's time to kick it, man. And it is the seasoning for some bald head reason. I'm your host, Tim Harvey, man. I'm joined here by my esteemed colleagues, my fellow bald head reasoners, man. Sam, I see you in the traffic, dog. What's going on? How you feeling, baby?
What's going on, good people? Good to see y'all fellas, man. Good to see y'all fellas.
Right on, right on. Watch dog. Talk to me, baby. What's good, man?
Hey, what's good, fellas? Hey, it's another great Friday evening for a bald-headed reasoning session to talk about some things that we need to talk about and get off our chest to let you all know how we feel from the bald-headed community. Well, this is going to be another good episode. Welcome again, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
And you do know that. And my homeboy, a guest appearance tonight, my buddy, man, my brother Abdul Secure. What's going on, brother?
My man, Pots and Pans. How you doing, brother?
Man, I can't call nothing, baby. I can't call nothing, man. So tonight, man, we're going to jump right into it and go ahead and get this thing fired up. The first segment is called The Head Lead, and it is brought to you by New Spot Alert ATL, man. New Spot Alert ATL on Instagram. Follow us for all your goods, services, and food needs, man, in the Atlanta area and beyond, man. You looking for that next new spot, man? Hit up at New Spot Alert ATL to put you where you need to be. You understand what I'm saying? Also, follow us and subscribe on YouTube at BaldHead Reason. Check us out, like my man said before. And good news, we are also on Spotify, baby. So if you can't watch us on YouTube and you ain't got time, go on Spotify and download that thing and get that audio, baby. And we can do it to you in your ear hole. You understand that? All right, check it out, y'all. All right, we're going to get right to it. We everywhere, baby. That's right. Okay, so the head lead question is going to be, should there be term limits for Supreme Court justices, senators, and or members of Congress? And if imposed, would it be good for democracy? Abdul, since you are our special guest, I pose this question to you first, brother. How you feel about that?
I'm going to tell you, definitely it should be a term limit on Supreme Court justices and Congress, period, man. Because right now, personally, I think Supreme Court, 20 years max. That's my personal opinion. 20 years max for Supreme Court, and Congress, 10 years. Reason why I'm saying Congress 10 years and Supreme Court 20 years, because if you do it like that, they got to put the constituents first. You know what I mean? Other than them being, like, say, for instance, I'm looking at Clarence Thomas. He's been in there Supreme Court for 32 years.
Forever.
Yeah. Roberts been in the Supreme Court for 19 years. Alito, those guys has been in some type of situations. Clarence Thomas, you know, what we're talking about. Clarence Thomas, he accepted trips, paid tuitions for his nephew by a guy named Crow. Okay, you got you know, and so you got Alito, he's taking luxury vacations with donors. So we're not trying to get him to a point of comfort. You know, 20 years is long enough.
That's a long time.
So we don't want him to work in concert.
And that's a good point, because, you know, you're talking about, you know, we talking about, like, for justice, for instance, man, it's like lifetime appointments. That's like lifetime, man. That affects generations of people, man. You know, you got to basically wait till these people die before that ideology goes with them, you know, and it's a sick thing, man. Yeah. So watch down. What you got, man?
Hey, I'm in agreement with all of that. You know, they should have a term limit. You know, I'm talking about that throughout the week and thinking about it, right? And then still doing some other reading on it. And it is a term that they need to have, because it gives them time, like Abdul was saying, it makes them serve the people instead of their own self-worth and value and what they're trying to do that benefits them. You know, because now you got to know, hey, I got a limit of what I've been able to do, and if I want to be able to still do that 20-year term, I'm gonna have to do what the people want, because I'm not gonna be reelected if I'm only doing it. I'm doing stuff for myself, and I'm not looking out for my particular community that elected me to go there to do the benefit to serve the people, not to go there to serve yourself. And that's what we're sitting at right now. We're looking at a lot of these cases that they done voted against, right? So we sitting there looking at it, it's baffling. It's like, well, he can be, if for instance, who's running right now. Well, you know, they considering whether or not to give him, immune to any prosecution. I don't understand. Hold on now. If we do that, we do something like that, we may as well say we do the same thing Russia's doing, or someone like we can't do that. That's a dictatorship. We don't have. We're not about that. We decided, hey, for the people, by the people, not by individual, to dictate what everybody do and whether or not certain people, a certain class of group, to be charged or treated a certain way. And that's where we're going if we allow that particular vote to come to fruition. So they should have a term limit, which keeps them in check. It's a checks and balances thing in the sense that we need to put in place to ensure that they're doing for the people and for their particular community. So yeah, I believe in a term limit. You know, recently, was it in 2019? I think it was, or 2000. What was it? I just saw it a little while ago. It was 2000 and last year, 23. It was when they was trying to privately Ted Cruz. They was trying to get something passed to where it was a term. It was a term that was 12 years in the.
For senators? Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah,
for 12 years in the Senate,
right?
And 6 years in Congress or something like that. But they voted it down. So it is a place for it, because what we're seeing now, we gotta progress to be in order to grow. You know, that's the life we in. That's the society we in. If we stay stagnant, is other folk gonna grow and expound? Look at how they compare us to China all the time. China's technology is different. You go to China phone by the big of the palm of your hand. They 6 generations ahead on they technology on some of their technology than we are.
Yes, they are.
And why is that? We could have been ahead of the game. If you think about the pandemic, we could have been ahead of the game if stuff was not being put out there as a misnomer. It's a hoax, and drink bleach and all this type of stuff.
No doubt about it.
Hey, that's my take on it. Before I keep going.
Go ahead, Abdul. What you got?
You remember when they was trying to get who was it? I'm trying to think. Who was it in Congress? Well, he actually right now they was trying to get him to be in nominate him for the Supreme Court, but they said it was too close to the election.
Yeah,
so they didn't allow it.
I remember that story.
Yeah,
I remember that story. Yeah, somebody they did try to nominate him. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And matter of fact, he's doing something right now. What is he now? I'm trying to think.
I'll have to look it up, but it sounds familiar to me. It sounds familiar to me. I'll look it up and I'll remember it. But I do remember that story though. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. So Lev, what you got? What are your thoughts?
And you think about it.
Go ahead, Abdul.
Go ahead, Abdul. I'm sorry. What's your thought? Go ahead, finish your thought.
Okay. You gotta look at Trump has appointed 3 justices in 4 years. And
it's unheard
Clinton, Bush, and Obama appointed 2 justices in 8 years.
Yeah, it's unheard of. It's unheard of.
That's kind of what I was getting ready to touch on, man, is that, the Supreme Court, if you had asked me this question some years ago, my answer would have been, I was kind of torn, because my whole thought process was, hey, if anything needs some type of consistency, it has to be the Supreme Court, because you don't want to come in and start overturning every ruling that the previous Supreme Court did just a few years ago. You want some consistency on there, so what the rules are, what the laws are, what flies and what doesn't fly. That's what I would have said. But now, Supreme Court, without a doubt, has become political. It's political. And so now, just like I think everybody has said so far, since it's political now and you have someone that is selected for the Supreme Court and they are on there for the rest of their lives, whatever their thought process is and whatever their liking is when it comes to whether it's Roe versus Wade or whether it's whatever the case may be, they're gonna stick to that, and 9 times out of 10 they're gonna stay that way. They're not gonna change. And so you have presidents now that are nominating people for the Supreme Court based on them agreeing with what they think.
Yes.
And that's not the way it was supposed to be. Yeah, that's just not the way it was supposed to be. So I think the only way of solving that is saying, hey, we probably still will have some of that, presidents nominating people for their, their own personal gain. But at least if we have term limits, they can only do so much damage because they're there only for a few years, and it's just so obvious right now. As far as senators and, any other politicians, I believe they all should. I really do, because the climate right now is so, everybody's, it's either you for this or you're against it. And if you're for it, it's just everything that you do is going to be geared towards, whatever this president wanted you to do, or whatever these people that you are representing want you to do. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be your thought, what you think is best, and it should be fair. And right now, it's not. It's not
That's
fair
correct.
right now. You talk about taking away what is it? DEI. DEI right now is being pulled from colleges, and that's something that's been great for minorities. It's given us, I'm not gonna say like even playing field, but it's given us some footing to say, hey,
some opportunities that we wouldn't have had. That's for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, some opportunities we wouldn't have had, and now those things were put in place by a Supreme Court that I think wasn't biased. And now that the Supreme Court is biased, now those things are being pulled away. And because these people are on there for the rest of their lives, we don't know when that stuff will be, when and if it'll be restored. So, yeah, I just, bottom line up front, I think there has to be term limits for the sake of this country and for democracy.
Yeah.
For
sure. So here's my take on it. So I'm looking at this when I posed this question and I thought about it. It's a few things to dissect here. Let's go here first. It's ironic that the highest position in the land, the chief executive position, is 4-year increments. The presidency, which is the face of the nation and the leader of the free world. And then the higher chamber of Congress, which is our U.S. senators, are 6 years, and congressmen are 2 years. So, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out pretty quickly if you're from the outside looking in, that those 50 people in the Senate are the people that really run the country. That's really what break it down to.
Right.
Because they are the higher chamber. They are the people that pass most of the legislation. They are the people that have the most influence on what's going on. And now, like Nev said, and you said, Max and Abdul also, now that the Supreme Court has been politicized, and it's always been, you always had a guy that had their thoughts. But in the past, it was a place where that it wasn't condoned. It wasn't practiced in the Supreme Court. You could say you're a Republican or whatever, but you was about the country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now it's about whatever ideology you got. You know what I'm saying? Whatever loyalty you got, to kiss the ring for the guy putting you in there for a lifetime, and it's becoming a generational curse. So I think that it need to be re-engineered, and we need to relook at, and first of all, if you're gonna, the presidency should be equivalent to any senator or any congressman, for example, should be equivalent to any senator. For the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate should be an equal thing in Congress. It shouldn't be separate. It shouldn't be separate.
Yeah. It shouldn't be separate. That just goes to show you're right, but it's just so many things that aren't. You saying shouldn't be. There's so many things that shouldn't be happening right now politically that are happening, and this whole Supreme Court thing is a big part. That's a part of it. That's the same way. It's just,
it is, and that's supposed to be the highest. And that's supposed to be the highest law of the land, the highest court of the land. That's the final say so on if democracy comes down to yay or nay, it's going to end up in the Supreme Court. Okay, they're going to be the final people to say what's going to go on with us. And right now, I don't feel confident with the people we got in there speaking about my livelihood and my kids and my grandkids' livelihood. I don't feel confident.
Right. And that's the thing, man. Right now, they're talking about. I don't think they're going about it the right way. They're not talking about term limits. Not so much. They're mainly talking about, hey, okay, now that I'm the president, they're talking about packing the courts.
Packing the courts.
Yeah,
back in the court.
but if you go and you pack the court as a Democratic president, and then now you're there for 4 years and now you're gone. What do you think is going to happen the next time around? This person's going to come. Okay, we're going to pack the court in our favor now. So that's not going to solve it. It has to be term limits.
It's got to be term limits. Got to be. Yeah. And then with that,
something.
Go ahead, Abdul. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tim. You know what? This is kind of wild, but I was talking to someone, right? And when I served under Reagan, and even Reagan's Republican, but still I felt pretty safe when I was out there on that water and all that. I know, man, he had he thought about us. There's no way in the world I was served under 45. No way.
Couldn't do it.
It'd be extremely difficult because, and we talked about this a couple of shows ago, man. Back last show, we was talking about does character matter? Does character matter? If you're going to be a leader, if you want to be a person of responsibility, and you got other people's livelihood, their lives and lifestyle that's going to affect people, you're supposed to be the face of the United States. And we all know as service members, we've served all across the world or whatever. When they see you, they see that flag. They don't care. They look at you as a U.S. soldier. You are selling the United States, whether you say a word or don't say a word. They're watching every move you make, everything you say. That's going to be their impression of the United States if you're a service member. We know that. And we take that to heart. We take that very seriously. But our leaders that don't have a clue, like that guy don't have a clue. He don't have a clue to what being a democratic, upstanding, person with character is. He has no idea what that is, and that's just what it is. Okay. But man, hey, good stuff on that, man. I love that topic, and I thought about that when I knew it was gonna be a heavy hitter. I love that topic because we could go on and on about that, and we may have to come back and revisit this before this election go on because I think it's important to get on that. But unfortunately, we got to move on to something a little more fun here. We're gonna move on to our second segment called "This and That." All right, this is a fun segment, man. We always chop it up with this right there. This is the brain teaser segment right here, man. So. Once, dog, we're going to start with you, man. You going with Chris Rock or David Chappelle?
Boy, I've been going back and forth about which direction I was going to go all week on this. Ever since last Friday at 9:15 p.m., I was still racking my brain with what I'm going to say about this. Because there's too many things out there because they two different kind of comedians when you think of it in that terms. They got different presentations on how they present themselves. But if you really want to think about, that cross generational terms, platforms, that's so crazy. But Dave Chappelle, man, Dave Chappelle was out there, but Dave Chappelle, the dude, man, he sit there and the way he throws something out there at you, but you can't help but laugh. You be like, dude, did he just make that? Did he just really do that?
Yeah. He's unapologetic. He's unapologetic. That's
don't even think about apologizing. Be like, whatever. And sit there, smoke a cigarette and say what he gonna say and keep on going. And like, you don't like it, the exit right over there to the left. Exit stage left.
So you Dave Chappelle.
I'm going Dave Chappelle, man. Hey, okay. I felt a little sympathy for Chris Rock getting slapped, but unfortunately, that happened. I'm sorry, Chris. That happened to you on stage, but
I still think that was a setup, though.
It could have been, but I don't think Dave Chappelle would have took that. Though. That just tell you the truth. I think Dave Chappelle reflexes would have been like, pop.
No, I think that Southeast DC would have came up out of him, dog.
That'd have been something different. But they'd have been up there on the stage.
Yeah.
By the time they realized, it was like, ooh, did he just punch him? That would have been a reflex, man. They wouldn't even thought twice and then told a joke and lit up another cigarette.
Yeah, it'd been a situation. It'd have been a situation. All right, Abdul, who you rocking with, man? Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle?
Chappelle shows.
You go with Dave Chappelle. Elaborate, brother. Elaborate.
Chappelle Show. Like you said, unapologetic, very unapologetic, man. You know what I mean? And he's getting better with time.
Yeah.
And now he's doing it with a serious attitude, and he's breaking you down the whole time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I like that too. I like that. That's a great point, man. Liam, who you rock with?
Man, hey, Peter's right, man. This was a hard one. However, I think Dave Chappelle, man, has to have it because Dave Chappelle's repertoire, man, he's so diverse. That dude is so diverse. I mean, he can go from Saturday Night Live to he can go to a comedy club in the hood. He can go to, wherever, man. And the dude is gonna be funny. He's gonna have a crowd that loves him. He's just got a diverse repertoire. Don't get me wrong. Chris Rock is a funny guy. That's a funny cat, man. But Dave Chappelle he's just original.
So when you think about Chris Rock, you only think about Pookie. He calling me.
Chappelle is saying nothing sometimes, man. His face is just funny, man. His facial expressions is just funny to me. That dude is he's different, man. That dude is different. He really is. So
Yes.
I Chappelle all day.
Okay, so as a low key kind of, I won't even call myself that, but as a low key funny man, I won't even call myself. I'm not gonna dare disrespect them guys' profession and say
comedy aficionado.
Yeah,
a comedy aficionado.
You ain't got no say if you want to go there.
But I'm not gonna call myself a comedian because I want Cat Williams and all these other people saying it. I'm a funny man. Okay, I'll just say I'm a funny man. All right. But as a funny man,
you say mainstream, yeah.
Hey, boy, they can't cover,
hey, look, I feel like I can hold my own with anybody.
That's right.
I'm just saying, because I don't have to rehearse jack. I just come on with that thing, y'all see me in action many times. Y'all know how I go,
Yeah.
But check it out. I'm gonna rock with Dave, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna rock with Dave, man. Because Dave, like you said, Dave never really just kind of he just look, man, I'm Dave Chappelle, and this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't conforming to my audience. I ain't telling. You gonna conform to me. I'm Dave Chappelle. This is what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. And not saying Chris don't do that, because Chris, one of my favorite movies in the world is Head of State. Head of State is so funny, dog.
Yeah, that's a good one.
With Chris Rock, that is one of the funniest movies. It have me cracking up right now. That's one of my favorite movies, man. But Dave Chappelle is just one of them. Dave Chappelle is one of them, and I'm gonna give him this kind of praise because he deserves it. Dave Chappelle is in that realm with me with Richard Pryor, Big Fox, Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac. Dave Chappelle, he should have been one of the kings of comedy. Come on, man. Not Dave Chappelle. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? This guy is a king, dog. He the man.
Yeah.
He the man.
Tim,
what's up?
That's what Cat Williams said, man. He said, people don't understand. Dave Chappelle is the best.
Yeah, he did. But he also said that he also said that Bernie Mac was hands down the baddest dude he ever seen. Yeah.
Boy, hey, boy, I'm talking about boy, Tim Cutting boy nothing.
I'm trying to tell you. You better pay attention one time.
They're gonna be trouble. All you do is spin records, Blue. All you do is spin records.
Some milk and cookies.
Bernie, hey,
Some milk and
cookies. That's the legend right there, dog. That's the legend.
Well,
to me, he probably my favorite, dog. He probably my favorite. Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Bernie, man. Hey, Bernie was the dude.
Yeah, Bernie Mac.
All right, so we're gonna slide on to the next one, man. Who y'all rocking with, man? You had to sit down right now, man. On TV land, it's late at night, man. Friday night, you sipping on a little something like me right now, man. When y'all get finished with this, who you finna watch, man? You watching the Jeffersons or you watching what's happening? Liam, who you rocking with, dog?
Man, I'm rocking with old George Jefferson, man. I'm rocking with old George Jefferson. That joker right there, boy. Hey, you talking about somebody unapologetic? That dude right there, unapologetic. He don't care about nobody.
No, he don't.
Hey, yeah. and that whole together just clicked. It just clicked, man. It was a funny show. I don't think I ever watched an episode of Jefferson where I wasn't cracking up. And think about what during the time this dude on live TV calling somebody honky and all this other stuff during the time hey, you can't do that stuff, man.
And nigga, and I call you a nigga, and I call you a nigga too, and a jive catcher. You know?
Like it ain't nothing. Like it ain't nothing, man. It was just funny, and the fact that they were able to address some racial issues like that, but it was fair to everybody. You know, I enjoyed that show, man. I enjoyed old Tom. You know, you got an interracial marriage on there. They had some of everything going on that show.
They went diverse.
Mr. Bentley, what you talking about, boy?
All right. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Bentley.
Well, they had that diversity on the Jeffersons.
Watch out, who you rocking with here, man?
Hey, I had to talk about it, man. You know, Rerun then was the truth, man, when they came out, because they was different, man. But you know, that was Pop Lockett. He had that dog, he had that old piece of hat on, like he was a painter, like he was Vincent Van Gogh. But,
no Roger, no rerun, no rent. No Roger, no rerun, no rent.
You better believe it, dog. You better believe it.
but they only ran for 3 seasons, man. They only ran for 3 seasons. I gotta rock with George, man, because George transitioned from All in the Family to his own show. They moved on up to Manhattan. They said we moving on up.
Hey, look here, boy. That's a good point. There you go. There you go.
They moved on up. They transitioned. You understand? They transitioned to their own show.
I see you last time.
He hit us with old fact, didn't he?
Yeah, he came with old fact, then, dog. Okay, you on your game tonight. Why not?
Hey, he's all down the street by he all down the street by my man from All in the Family.
Roger Barker. Yeah, you came with it, dude. Yeah. See, a lot of people don't know that. You caught him slipping on that one, dog. You caught him slipping on that one.
You got to know where George came from, bro. You got to know how the Jeffersons, Jeffersons ended up on Park Avenue. You know?
Hey, I'm gonna go and get it to you, dog. You up one on that one. You up one on that one. You up one. You up one.
You got to start back where it started at.
No doubt. Dude, who you rocking with, dog? You rocking with George? Or you rocking with what's happening?
Hey, what he? I'm going with George, man. What he neighbor with Archie Bunker and them boys, man?
You better know it. You better know he was.
Yeah, when start off cleaners and all that junk.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, George was a man. So I'm gonna tell you. So I think this might be a clean sweep. I'm rocking with George too. And look, I thought I was gonna rock one, but on watch all beat me to it. So check this out, man. Weezy, now check this out, now. Weezy was on her grind, dog. Cause Weezy used to work for Maud, and she used to work for the doggone Bunkers. Okay, don't play with me now. Don't play with me now. Don't play with me now. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rocking with George, man, because George, I'm telling you, George and Florence was a whole show. Man, George, let me tell you something. The Jeffersons was so bad, dog. Hey, check this out, man. George had 2 sons named Lionel. He got rid of one and brought another one in, dog.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey. That man was a man, dog. You gonna change your son name? Nope. He gonna be named Lionel on the Jeffersons.
No, his name gonna be Lionel too, dog. We gonna exit. He looking for a contract. We gonna write him off and put somebody in his place, dog. That's what we gonna do. Yeah. Okay. So check this out. Now we're gonna go to a little football. We're gonna go to a little football now, because we all like the sport, and we all like this right here. And I'm gonna tell you, boy, I ain't even gonna front. If I had hair, I would have scratched all of it out on this one right here, dog. So in their prime, Abdul, who you think was the man, dog? In their only in their prime. Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Who's the better Johnson? Chad Ochocinco Johnson or Andre Johnson?
Andre Johnson.
Andre.
That's all.
In their prime.
Elaborate.
And the thing about it, I like what you just said. It's hard, man, because while doing my research, because I know both of them are good, I think Andre, is he in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, this year.
This year, though. He's up.
And the crazy
he's up for it this year. He's up for it this year.
Both of them, if you look at their stats, they're so close. Check out their stats. Their stats are very close, but I don't think Ochocinco is up for it.
Yeah.
But I think Andre Johnson is.
Yeah.
If I had to go pay my money to see, let's go back. If I had to go pay my money to see one of them, I'm going to see Ochocinco. I want to see him with the Hall of Fame jacket on the sidelines.
Because he's an entertainer. He's an entertainer. You're right.
Yeah. I'm going to go see him. I'm going to pay my money to go see him.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So let's go with Ochocinco.
Hey,
okay.
Well, and I was up in was a conundrum. This was a hard one. You right. This was a double. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna rock with Andre. Because he played for a team in Texas. That's gonna happen.
Watch it.
This guy, the last great football player in Texas.
But I'm gonna rock with him because the man in the Hall of Fame now. And then and then Ochocinco said out of the two Johnsons, meaning him before he changed to Ochocinco, he said Andre was the better receiver, right? So I'm gonna have to go with Andre because of that fact that Ocho bowed down and said, yeah, that man was a better receiver. But if you talking about showmanship and gonna be out there doing some get your popcorn ready, that's gonna be Ocho.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna rock Andre.
Okay, Leo.
But check those stats out, man.
Yeah. Those stats was pretty much even. No, Abdul, I ain't gonna fight you on that. Those stats was close.
Yeah. The stats close, but I think I'll have to go with Andre Johnson too, man, because that dude, if you think back, you think back to his prime, which is what we're talking about, not the whole career. We think about this prime. That guy was unguardable.
Yeah.
You talking about somebody he had size, got great hands, got speed. He was a total package. I think the average football fan, not average, but the casual football fan would say Ocho because he's the biggest personality. More people probably gonna know him. And so, showmanship and that kind of stuff. And he's great at that. I ain't taking nothing away from him. I love to watch that dude. But if he's just doing a podcast or if he's just doing a quick interview, I'm going to watch it because he is a funny guy. He is a funny guy. And he was a hell of a football player. But when it comes to just true talent at the wide receiver spot, it's got to be Andre Johnson, man. Total package.
Okay. All right. As we were speaking, I pulled it up. Okay. All right. And I'm gonna read a little bit of this before I give you my verdict.
Okay.
Chad Ochocinco, 3 times first team All-Pro.
Right.
Okay. Second team All-Pro in 2003, 6-time Pro Bowler. Led the league in receiving in 2006.
Yeah.
Okay. In the Bengals Ring of Honor and all that other stuff. Okay. Now we're going with a Drake. 2-time first team All-Pro. 2-time second team All-Pro. 7 Pro Bowls. Led the league in receiving. Led the league in receptions leader 2 times. The NFL yards receiving leader 2 times. Texas Ring of Honor, and so on and so on. 14,185 receiving yards, 70 touchdowns with 1,062 receptions.
Right.
That's Andre. Chad, 766 receptions, 11,000 receiving yards, 67 touchdowns. Okay, just going off numbers, it's Andre. So I think it's in the eye of the beholder, like you guys alluded to at the beginning. If you want to be entertained, because I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was in Hawaii the first time that Chad Johnson or Ochocinco made the Pro Bowl, and now although I was at that Pro Bowl and I was seeing people like Jerry Rice and Todd Heap and Deshaun Foster, I was seeing some perennial, Pro Bowl guys over there in the league. Michael Vick, all these guys were there. But let me tell y'all something, man. I went to the AFC practice, and when Chad Johnson came out of that Tornado from practice, them people lost their mind.
Need to see him.
And that was his first Pro Bowl. That was his first Pro Bowl because he was such an entertainer, man.
That's what it was about.
Right.
He made the game fun. He made guys compete because you know, he would talk trash, but he'd go out there and he'd ball at you, you know.
They wanted to see what he was gonna do.
Yeah. So if you want looking for the entertainer, but if you're looking for a guy that ain't gonna say a word to you and snatch your soul out and just beat you into submission, it's Andre Johnson, because he was a big man that could run routes and you could not stop him because he was. I mean, that guy was imposing, Doc. He was
that man
no
out there,
joke.
that man out there got you on one shoulder and catching the
was
ball and
something
looking
like
at you.
Megatron.
And looking at you,
He was like Megatron, dog. I mean, he was out there just beasting folks, man. You know,
we ain't gonna talk
also,
Megatron.
He'll also go and snatch that helmet off for you. What's my man name? Played DB for Tennessee, and they got into it on the field. Put them balls on him. Was it Finneran?
Ray Lewis almost.
Yeah, Brian Finneran. Yeah, Finnegan. Yeah, I remember. Courtney Finnegan.
Yeah. Snatch that helmet off, put them balls on him.
Put them paws on him, dog. Put them paws on him. Right there in the game, dog. You know? Yes, sir.
Hey, how about that hit? Yeah. How about that hit with Ray Lewis hit Ochocinco?
Hey, I was just getting ready to say that. That was funny.
Let me tell you something. I was watching that game, dog. I think the game was on CBS. I had to change my channel, dog. I had to change my channel to find Buddy because he got knocked over the Fox, dog. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to Fox to find him so they can help the man up, dog. Because I was like, damn, he got his channel changed, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and when he talks about it, man, it's so funny. When they interviewed him, that joke say, I tried to catch Ray slipping, man. I tried to return at the last minute.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Solid hit.
It was a mistake, dog. You know, yeah.
He didn't think that through.
He obviously didn't think that through. All right, so we're gonna move on to the last segment, man. It's called Off the Dome, dog. This is the segment where, man, you think about stuff all week, man. Stuff's been on your mind, and you just like, man, you know, I'm sick of this, man. So we're gonna ask right now, who or what are you putting on blast this week? And you ain't taking that into next week, man. You sick of it. You gotta address that right now. Abdul, since you're our guest host, we're gonna let you lead it off, dog. Who or what are you putting on blast this week, baby?
Oh boy.
Hey, you hit him with that.
I'm putting the Ravens secondary on blast. You know what I mean? This guy Burrow almost killed us in submission, man. Burrow shredded us to death. I'm putting that secondary on blast. Defensive coordinator, man.
In case y'all ain't kept up yet, Lev and watch, dog. This Baltimore bred right here, dog. This Pratt Street down in the Harbor, Baltimore bred right here, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, he's salty right now.
Burrow lost his mind, man. So I'm putting that defensive coordinator, man, on blast for the secondary. Matter of fact, we had to bring Pease back in, man, just to help him out.
Hey, Burr was coming for the juggler, dog. I ain't gonna lie, he was coming for the juggler, baby.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was coming for the juggler. All right, Max, who you putting on blast this week, dog?
Hey, man, you know what? I'm gonna keep it since we've been talking about Texas stuff. Talking about Andre Johnson. We talking about Texas stuff, and we rocking there. I'm gonna stay in that wheelhouse, and I'm gonna put on blast. I was watching some news media stuff, and they were doing some comparisons, right? And I think Cam talking to somebody, and they was comparing, right, quarterback stats and all this stuff, right, and who would be in the line, who they'd be talking about all week long right now, praising them about what they did. There's a lot of people was kind of upset that Dallas won against Pittsburgh, because that pulled them back and won a football game, and they mad that they ain't talking about the interceptions he thrown, but yet they ain't thinking about the comeback. He drove them downfield and won the game. But they compared some stats, right?
Those are facts. Those are facts.
Yeah, they compared those stats, right, and said, let's look at this, right? So if the same person, and then they pulled up a number that for that game and so far in week 5, I think they pulled up Patrick Mahomes and Dak stat. No shit is equal. They said, so imagine if that would have been Patrick Mahomes that did that comeback, threw 3 interceptions, and ended up winning the game. He'll be all over the news this week, right? Talking about how good he is and look how he ad-libbed and he running down the field.
Watch this right here, and I'm gonna let you finish your point. And that's a great point because I'm telling you right now, they already know
I'm gonna finish with one funny thing. What
Uh-huh.
the hell is this that Patrick be doing?
Well, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. But to your point, you are absolutely right, and I'm giving you kudos because what I don't like is this is what I don't like about. I get to mine. I'm gonna let Liam go first, and I get. Go ahead, Liam. Go ahead. Liam.
Well, you ready to get that thing out, ain't you?
Yeah. I got a few.
You see that pen in his hand?
I'm scribing over here. I'm scribing. Go ahead, Liam.
Hey, real quick, man. I'm gonna put. I know many people probably don't know this company because they kind of local, but I'm putting Premier Roofing right here in Columbia, South Carolina, on blast.
Oh man.
Hey, I got my roof replaced, man, last week. And so leading up to getting my roof replaced, of course, I'm going out getting different estimates and whatnot, man. And, the person that came over to give me the estimate for that company, after I, looked at everybody, I said, hey, I'm going to choose this company, but only if you're the supervisor. And I'm talking to the guy that came to sit down at the house with me now. Only if you're the supervisor that's going to be at the house that day because you promised me some things that I don't want anybody else to come up here and say, oh, I didn't know about that, or we normally don't do this right here. You promised me some things, so I need you to be there. So the day they come to do my roof, hey, this dude ain't nowhere to be found. It take them 2 days to do the roof. I didn't see him for not 1 second throughout the whole 2 days. And to make matters worse, they got my crew there to do the house, to do the roof, complete Mexican crew. Got no problem with that because they did great work. They did great work. But the whole 2 days, when I'm out there trying to talk to these guys, how come I got to pull my phone out and use doggone Google Translate, just to be able to say, hey, Lance, your supervisor said that they were including the shed. They were going to do my shed too, not just the house. These guys did the roof on the house and they packing up and getting ready to ride out. I'm trying to tell them don't go nowhere. Hey, yeah, I'm trying to tell them don't go nowhere. Nobody understand. So I'm saying, hey, give me that phone, dog. I'm about to type. Hey, I type English to Spanish translation or vice versa, and I'm typing. Hey, you can't go yet because they're supposed to do my roof too. And, hey, we talking back and forth. I got to hand him my phone. He types something. I got to see what he's saying. I got to read and send it back to him. Hey, so Premier Roofing, I'm gonna need y'all to send some English-speaking people out, man, to go.
I need y'all to send a translator.
Translator. Hey, and that supervisor that's supposed to be there, there ain't no day off for this dude, man. If he ain't come to my house, I mean, he out the office, so they expect him to be at the house, do somewhere doing whatever. They hit
you with that Mike Camps. Do you understand? Yes. Are you gonna do the work? Yes. You fucking with me? Yes.
Just say it's a whole lot of American doing work out here, man.
Okay.
No,
so check it out.
Hey, we passed that phone back and forth for about 30 minutes, man.
Oh man, you just can't make this stuff up, dog. You just can't make it. Never did you. Hey, dog. I didn't know you was working on your Espanol, dog. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know no Espanol like that. I know C, and that's about it, dog. Uno, dos, tres, that's all I know. I'm trying to tell this dude, y'all can't leave. Y'all can't leave, dog. My shit ain't done. Y'all can't leave, dog. Don't know. Don't know. No,
you gonna do my shit? Yes. And then walk right the hell out.
All they do is a Cinco, 5 p.m. They was out of that.
Hey,
Deuces.
cerveza.
Yeah, because it was a Friday. It was a Friday night too. It was a Friday evening, so I know they was about to go hit it.
Oh yeah, they about to go get
Boy,
no
they
doubt.
for a margarita. Hey, they here for a margarita.
Hey,
and a good cerveza.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You might want to go up there and check the roof, dog. Cause when that built my house, dog, I had a wall that was open. I went up there, boy. I seen a couple of cold Modelo's in the wall, dog. You know what I'm saying? you might want to check them out, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So check it out, man. So I got a few things. I'm gonna go back to what Max said earlier, man. Max talking about that. All right. Now look, I know people are more. I know it's some people out there that are Mortal Kombat. You know, Mortal cowboy enemies. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I know that. It just comes. So I'm one of them kind of people. This is me, man. Me and Abdul talk about this a lot. So like, I'm a football fan first. Yeah, I got my team, but I get credit what credit's due. That went down there and he did what every other quarterback's supposed to do. Take your team down there and win the football game. That's it. So let me fast forward to your boy Pat Mahomes. You made a good analogy there. So your boy Pat Mahomes is no call on pass interference call away from the Falcons whooping their ass here at the Benz. Okay, let me tell you something. He came out there with all that all that little switching he be doing, and switching
boy,
came out there.
That boy got hips.
You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, dog. We had his little switches, all this here, whatever he's doing. I don't know what it is,
that boy
dog.
walk back to the huddle switching like a summer gun.
But I'm telling you, dog, he be fanning up pretty good. Hey, like my boy Fred say right here. Sometimes I be thinking, hey, look, a little.
I don't know what that is. And he do it. If you watch it every game. He walking back to the huddle doing this. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Every time. He do it every time. But we had him. So NFL fans, look, you got to get credit what credit's due. When guys go out there and make plays, they do their thing, man. Get them guys their flowers, dog. It's a hard game. It's hard to win the NFL. You can be beat by anybody. I'm telling you.
Any given Sunday.
Any given Saturday too. If you look at football, that's Alabama. Okay.
You talking about Vanderbilt and Alabama?
I want to rope no fellas, but I got a lot of Alabama fans out there that was calling me when they beat my Bulldogs. Hey, when they beat my Bulldogs, they was calling me up. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I was gonna go ahead and tell you right now, you would never live that Vanderbilt loss down ever. No one loses to Vanderbilt in the SEC. You would never live that down. I'm gonna say that. We'll be done. So here's my altar dome. Let me tell y'all something. This is crazy. So God bless the people in Florida. First of all, let me say that. All right, I got a cousin, man. First cousin, man. We two sisters' children, man. And and y'all ain't never met my mom before. Abdul almost met my mom, but I know he feel like he know my mom. Cause my mom a little rough. My mom will cuss you out. Okay, my mom will cuss you all the way out, call you nigga, all that. She just rough. You know what I'm saying? She ain't no nice person. She ain't friendly. I think she hate me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But she would cuss you all the way the hell out. All right. You know what I'm saying? She'll just do that. Okay. So, but anyway, we two sister children, me and my cousin, my first cousin, man. Now his mom a little more serene. She don't do all that. So I called him. He live in Tampa. I said, hey man, hurricane going on, y'all good. You get out of there. He said, okay, look, cuz we're on our way out of there now. We're going up to Pensacola, kind of go around up in the Panhandle to get up out of here, right? I said, well, you can come here, man. Stay with me. You got plenty of room. He was like, oh, I'm good, appreciate it, bro, but on our way. I said, okay, I'm good. While I'm talking to him on the phone, now granted now, picture this. People leaving Tampa, they're on I-75. Of course, as you can imagine, there's a lot of traffic.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people trying to get out of there.
I saw it. Yep.
Why? We on the phone, tell me why there is a state trooper trying to pull people over for speeding, going northbound, when all lanes are going northbound coming out of Florida. On both sides, they don't shut down the southbound traffic, 75 traffic, right? So every lane, so on the other side, everybody's going northbound trying to get out of there for the hurricane. So why is the Florida State Patrol out there trying to give people tickets for speeding? Man, it's weird. It is winds behind me that are 150 plus miles an hour. You goddamn round speed. You think I'm finna stop for a ticket? You taking me to jail today? Because I'll be damn if I'm finna stop now for a damn ticket. And this hurricane, I'm trying to get the hell out of
here. Hey, that's one day I'm opening up some horses. You got to catch me because I don't think you're gonna catch me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If I go to step on that gas pedal, you ain't catch me.
Good luck pulling me over, dog, with all the check. I ain't stopping for no damn ticket. These winds are 150 miles an hour, dog.
That dude say he had a quota to meet. That dude say he meeting that quota no matter what.
Hey, he ain't gave a ticket all year. He figured this is time I'm gonna get my quota.
Right.
Now, while I'm on the phone with him, I'm like, are you serious? This guy is pulling people. I'm like, you better get your ass in there and try to go north yourself. You know what I'm saying? You out here trying to, are you serious now? So I would have called the governor immediately. And I'd be like, hey, man, what y'all doing, dog? Yeah. It is a natural disaster, like right behind me. And you think I'm about to stop and
you got trooper, you got trooper number such and such and such out here trying to pull people over.
Hey, that's probably the same dude that put them ratchet straps over his house down there, man. I know y'all seen that.
Hey, yes.
The ratchet straps over the house. That's probably that same dude, man.
He didn't only put ratchet straps there. No, he's a new American citizen. So I think it was El South Colombia or somewhere he came from.
Yeah.
So no, Puerto Rico. I think it was in Puerto Rico. Maybe in Puerto Rico. He's like, look, I ain't been losing my house. I almost lost a house before. Them straps that he had in the ground, it was concrete that was like 8 feet deep that they sensed to.
But you don't understand. Them hurricanes is gang, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, dog. Now we all go back like them Velcro wallets when you was in training, dog. You remember the Velcro wallets? Everybody had the Velcro wallets, dog. When you put your ID card in the front of that thing, dog. You know what I'm saying? Here we all. That's how far we all go back, dog. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't have stopped for no damn police running from no hurricane.
No,
you gonna take me to jail today.
I ain't stopping
for no damn.
What you gonna tell me? I got a court date. What you gonna tell me? I got a court date tomorrow?
Okay. And what you gonna say? I failed to stop in a hurricane? Yeah, I'm out of there, dog. I ain't gonna stop for no damn hurricane.
I ain't doing 50 mile an hour wind back that way, and I was trying to get away from it.
And you want me to stop and take a ticket? Are you out of your mind? Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of here, sir.
You just can't make this stuff up, dog. You can't make this stuff up. So check it out, man. Hey, I would like to thank you all for joining us tonight for BaldHead Reasoning. It's been a wonderful show. I would like to invite you again to follow us on YouTube at BaldHead Reasoning. And again, we on Spotify, man. Go on to Spotify and check out at BaldHead Reasoning, man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to follow us on YouTube, that's fine. But you can go to Spotify and download us, man, and listen to us while you're in the car, man. Like I said, we can do it to you in your ear hole, baby. You understand that? You know what I'm saying? Right while you're riding, baby. You know what I'm saying? keep you up on things, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep you up on things, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Subscribe, people. Subscribe.
Subscribe today, man. To YouTube, man. Subscribe.
I ain't gonna say do it in your home, but I'm gonna
that's how we doing it to them, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to your brain now, baby. You know what I'm saying? We got to stimulate your mind, Craig. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep y'all. Abdul, we'd like to thank you for joining us, brother. We appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, Abdul. Nice to meet you, brother.
Thank you for coming rock with us, dog. We appreciate you so much, man. Hey, look, man. Fellas, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all once again. Keep following us. See y'all again next Friday night, man, at 10 p.m. BaldHead Reason, baby. We up out this thing. Y'all be good.
Have a good one. Y'all be safe.
All right, brothers.